and he said, shouldn't you go lighter as you're 50 instead of the heavy weights like you're doing? We got bone density gets better with heavier weight. Also, on top of that, your body adapts to it. Now, oh, I love that type of training for 18-year-olds. What up, boys and girls? Girls and boys, hello. It was leg day and we went crazy. We are still 30-day blitz, crushing it. I will give you the link to the 30-day blitz if you guys are not doing it, because we are getting ripped to the bone. Let's see what else we got going. We have the Titan live tomorrow, and I'm going to bring on a couple guests tomorrow. So that will be very cool. I think we were supposed to, we'll make sure we got that. But a couple started the Titan meal plan, husband and wife, which is great because it kind of goes and shows how they were doing it, but how they were doing it differently. The wife wanted to cut down, the husband wanted to put on muscle. So we will bring those guys on tomorrow, and we will go over how they did the computer, how they did the check-in and everything like that. I'll ask Mo as well to see if she make sure you got those emails. And you guys, I think, will learn something as we go through their nutrition and what I want them to do as they're doing this. So that's one of the big things. We did a crazy good workout today. Here's a couple of great things I think for all of you. The workout today was about shin position. And where the shins should be relative to doing hamstring work, relative to doing quad work, and the different angles we do those things with. And then we isolated some squats and some belt squats to show you guys how you could do both, one work in the hamstrings and the other work in the quads. That way you can do it. What's up, David? David, hey, we got back to you today. David is one of my one-on-ones, and we got back to you. We gave you some insight on some stuff that we want you to do. And we're getting close to re-pushing you, David, like to 100% and kicking your ass on the next level, because you've been doing so great on the process of making sure your metabolism's up and we building that muscle. So that's a great part. And what else we got here? Jesse? Do you have, what supplements do you use? Really want to, one please. Great, yeah, I do supplements. We talked about that. Check out the YouTube. You can go over that, or you can just check out my Vitamin Line Titan series over at BPI. Did you have another question, Jeffrey?
It's Jesse, right? Franco Jesse.
Husband and wife?
Yeah.
I do not know. Mona would know for sure. And just double check to see if that is them and they were doing that and they're willing to do that, because that was one of the things. Okay, good, David. You got your information. You're doing it. Oh, whoa. You guys want to see Jackness?
No.
Ooh.
No.
They don't want to see Jackness.
No.
I'll bring Mono over here and show you guys what's going on. My coach is Ruby. What do you think of him? I don't know.
I love him.
Love Ruby. I don't know who Ruby is.
No one knows.
Ruby's so famous, he's a first name. I love Prince, The Rock, Cher, Madonna, Sting,
Ruby? No.
Ruby, don't know. Arnold, sorry, I don't think Ruby's first name basis yet. Sorry about that, but that was cute. Let's keep going here. Egypt. I will be over in Egypt in January, February. Just want to say hello to my Egyptian friends. Hello, hello. Oh, I love that type of training for 18-year-olds. For all you youngsters, the great thing about that is that I started at 9 years old, pre-puberty, was competing by 13, still pre-puberty. And so there's training methods I would use now differently than what I did. And so I talked about that. Then there was also principles I did when I was 15, 16, in those teen years that I recommend for you guys to do. And we really went over to depth on that. Check that out. All you youngsters, check that out. Here's the big thing for you youngsters. Don't waste the time. I know this is going to be a tough thing for you to mentally grasp because you're young. Don't waste the time because it goes fast. And right now at that young age is where you're going to put on most of your size that you're going to have as an adult. So don't waste it. Don't play around with the nutrition, like just not eating, and you think training is going to get you there. It won't. Trust me, the whole football team's training. And if you go look at the whole football team, they all don't look good. There's only a few that look good. Why is that? So trust me when I say this for you youngsters. Take that time and advantage of you being young. Also for you parents, make note of that. I'm talking to you parents. Start teaching your kids how to eat correctly. That's the benefit that I had from my parents, and that I'm going to hand down. Again, for everybody out there, you're not trying to compete against me. You're competing against your own crew right now, or the titans that are growing up younger than you that have parents like me that will make sure that those kids are eating correctly. Titan's not even a year and a half, and he's been eating correctly from the day he was born. So imagine you trying to go up against somebody like that when you're only giving 50% and I'm making sure he's giving 100%. That's crazy. That's crazy when you think of it. So, and he's got genetics. So push hard, you youngsters. Take advantage of this time. I always kept in my mind, and Jeffrey's heard this too many times, he's annoyed by it, but the cutoff was 24. That to me was my cutoff. I had to get as much muscle as I possibly can before 24, because then it just slows down. And so I just want you guys to keep that mindset that you got to get it before 24. So, Josh.
Just an honest question.
It's not an honest question because he made a statement on that thing. Josh, wow. So Josh made a statement. He first made a question, and he said, shouldn't you go lighter as you're 50 instead of the heavy weights like you're doing? Now, that's a great question. Just saying, hey, should you go lighter when you get older? Okay? Wouldn't it be better to go lighter when you get older? Now, I'm going to answer that right after I give the second part of his question. The second part of the question was, like you used to go lighter for mobility. What are you talking about? I've always gone heavy, and I've always worked mobility. That's how I got to do gladiators in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, and still being active now in 50s. So the mobility thing has always been there. The heavy thing has always been there. So that's kind of, you lost me there, buddy. But
he didn't say go light as you once did.
I thought he said, that's Jeffrey. Sorry, I didn't want to disquote you. What did he say?
Wouldn't it be better after 50 to go or not as heavy as we once did? I think he's saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
Bad grammar, but I think he means, isn't it better to not go as heavy?
Okay, so he's not. His grammar was maybe it's European stuff. So I don't want to mess up with his grammar, and I don't want to offend him. He's saying, should you go light when you get old?
Yeah.
So here's the thing that I've said nauseously over and over again. Your body adapts to the pressure it's put under. So your body gets stronger with heavier weight. So the heavier weight you put on your body adapts to that. Now, are you guys with me?
Lost me.
Okay, now bone density gets stronger with heavier weight. Are you with me? Okay, now if you go the reverse, like 99% of the people do, like this guy's saying, go lighter, here's what, we got bone density gets better with heavier weight. Also on top of that, your body adapts to it. Now that's just science, that's easy enough, so we know this. Now, what doesn't help is your mind gets weak. As you get older, you're mentally weaker because you think everything's going to hurt you, and you start to ache more. Maybe arthritis kind of comes into it. The wear and tear in the ligaments and joints and cartilage are kind of feeling it. You still want to go less reps, heavier weight. Now, here's the reason why. Because you're talking about wear and tear. So the problem with all these guys that go light, first of all, you're not stimulating the muscle anymore that much. You're not working the inside, connective tissue or bone density. Now you're just going light. So you're just basically doing cardiovascular with weights. So that's not helping you. That's just now more and more reps. So now what you're saying is, isn't it better, I'm going to break down what you're actually saying, isn't it better to use 10 pounds and do over 100 reps, and that way you have more wear and tear on the cartilage and connective tissue and in the body, instead of going with 100 pounds and do it for one? Where the one rep is going to help your body and your nervous system get stronger and less wear and tear. So that's the easiest way to explain it to you guys. And here's the problem with that is I keep talking about that stuff, but for some reason, the majority of you guys keep going back to go lighter and lighter. Now, yes, you should, because you're probably one of those people and they always say this, if you think you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt. So you're probably one of those people. And so then my recommendation is this, is you probably shouldn't even work out, because you're going to get hurt walking down the stairs one day. You're going to blow a knee out or something like that. And then you're going to blame it on something that you did at the gym when it was just your body was just getting weak. And that's what I don't want for the majority of you guys. But again, I'm only talking to the 1% here, the people that really want to get better.